Edwards versus Usman, the trilogy. Am I looking forward to this fight? Yes, I am. Are you guys? Let me know. Now, why is this a peculiar fight? Because I think it really is. This is one of those fights where the guy that won between the two of them last has to do more adapting than the guy who lost. And you may be thinking, why? That doesn't make sense. Well, hear me out for a second. Let's talk about the last fight between Usman and Leon Edwards. Now, it's safe to say that Usman dominated, and I know he got knocked out. But if we look at the majority of that fight, Usman was dominating. Usman's game plan was perfect in the last fight. There's nothing really that needs changing. You know, he landed 189 strikes to Leon's 64, and he had 10 minutes of control time, whereas Leon Edwards only had around 2 minutes and 55 seconds of control time. So there's not much adapting that Kamaru Usman has to do in this fight. The adapting has to come from Leon Edwards, which is a rare case where the guy that won last has to adapt more than the guy that lost. And I'm not calling Leon Edwards' strike lucky in any sense of the world. You know, that head kick was drilled over and over again, and I thought it was a brilliant strike. But I'm just saying, over the majority of the fight, Usman was the one dominating and Leon was the one in the trenches. Now let's talk about Leon, because this is a very peculiar case of a guy who got dominated last fight, got that knockout blow in the 5th round, but needs to adapt his game. Now, winning the belt gives you a newfound confidence, a new sort of ego, a belief in yourself. He knows factually, without a doubt, that he can knock out Kamaru Usman. He's done it before, and this will give him the confidence to do it again. He's such a great striker, Leon Edwards, and I think that's something that's really underrated. He's one of the best. And for me, I think he needs to stay in the centre of the octagon, circle out whenever Usman's planning to take down or attack, and control the fight and use his striking to keep Usman away from him and to not allow him to get those takedowns. Again, when you're fighting a wrestler, all your punches, all of your kicks should be straight down the middle. Not all of them, but most of them should be straight down the pipe, straight down the middle. Because, you know, if you're taking down someone, you're going for a double leg or a single leg, you're going straight. You're not going to approach from an angle. So those straight punches, straight kicks should stop Usman from getting the takedown, and that's what I think Leon Edwards should do. But let's talk about that newfound advantage that Leon has, that confidence, having the belt, you know, having the home crowd, which I really think will play a factor. Knowing that your skills and the work you've put in pay off can really give someone the belief that they need to throw the strikes that they need to throw. We've seen people before who are great fighters, who are gun shy, just don't throw the strikes needed, that they can do. It's a mental block. They can do it, but they just don't. And I think this will really help Leon, knowing that he can knock out Kamaru Usman and that he has done it before, as well as the fact that he will be in his hometown, in his home country, and he has the belt. I see Leon going up another level here. But the real question that makes this prediction and this video so hard to make, but makes the fight interesting as well at the same time, is Usman going to be the same as he was before after suffering such a devastating knockout? Now, it's without question that standing in front of the guy that knocked you out cold and fighting him again, whether you dominated the last fight or not, is such a mental task, a hard mental task. You know, we've seen people before like Cody Garbrandt and Ronda Rousey who have been knocked out and gone on losing streaks afterwards, and it's evident, the stats say that when you get knocked out and you fight that person again, you are more likely to lose. You know, the real questions are, will Usman be gun shy? Will he be tentative? You know, will he be a shell of his former self because he's been knocked out before? And that's something that we really can't say or can't predict until the fight happens. And that's what makes this fight exciting. And then on the flip side, as I alluded to before, we have the added confidence of Leon. Will this confidence he has from knocking out Kamaru Usman take his level or take his game to the next level? We've seen fighters before who fight in their hometown, have a crowd behind them, have won a few fights, fight way above their ability and just be brilliant. So is this going to happen to Leon? Or is he at that level already, but we just haven't seen it? That's what's exciting about this fight. So many questions and so many unknowns. Now, of course, I'm British, so my heart says Leon Edwards, but my brain is really going with Usman. I am going to go with Leon Edwards here. I don't think Kamaru Usman's going to be the same after this knockout. I like both fighters, but I just don't see him recovering well. I see him being gun shy and being tentative, which will not help when he's on the feet against a guy who's so good at striking, like Leon Edwards. I feel like Usman's going to be going for takedowns, and Leon Edwards is going to be throwing those straight punches and straight kicks to keep him away from him. And I do see Leon Edwards winning this fight, and my head does say to go with Usman, but my heart is with Leon, and I just think that Usman won't have recovered from that knockout. But yeah, I do think Leon is an underrated fighter, and I do see this knockout that he has got before really upping his game and taking him to that next level. And I think that he will be appreciated if he gets the win against Kamaru Usman again. Now, I don't think he can bank on Usman being not the same after being knocked out. I think his adaptations are going to have to be good adaptations to win against Usman. But I do think with his newfound confidence, he's going to be able to do that. And that's why I'm going with Leon Edwards. Now, this is why this fight's so interesting. So many questions that won't be answered till fight week. So this prediction is a very hard one. Again, if either guy wins, I don't think it's a surprising thing. There's no real underdog for me. I think it's such an equal matchup and it's a great fight. Yeah, you guys let me know who you think's going to win. It's a tough one to predict, as I said before, but it's going to be a great fight. And I'll catch you guys later.